we're talking about the developing countries, countries like India, where the doctor-to-patient ratio is very, very poor, and an average consultation time is close to 4 to 5 minutes with a doctor, you cannot expect a doctor to treat the patient, listen to the patient, diagnose, and also capture all this information on a computer or a tablet in 4 to 5 minutes. To make all this happen in a seamless behavior, we have a solution which is on digital pen. What it does is it creates an ecosystem. So if I get sick, the first thing I do is I go to the doctor, and doctor tells me what to do next, right? Go do some tests, take the medicine. And we are better able to monitor compliance, monitor follow-ups, and treat the patient for the longer term. Now, unless there is compliance and there is regular follow-up for chronic diseases, the things can lapse, and the success that you have made so far with the continuous treatment may actually fall apart. So the pen would capture all the information, record it, right? And once in a day, once in 5 days, 5 times in a day as per your convenience, we just transfer the data from the pen, right? It goes to our server, gets processed, and everything is beautifully in the digital format, right? As a written image, as well as a typed text format, where we have our proprietary algorithms of converting handwriting into the text formats. And suddenly we got a call one day saying that, hey, you guys are selected, you're one of the top 15 teams to be pitching at United Nations. And we're like, really? And then it actually sank in that, okay, this is big, right? It makes a lot of sense. We'll be able to pitch our product to the world stage. So MIT being one of the premier institutes, we look forward to actually working with them. We hope to see this relationship going further and further, and not just look forward to another year. And as we graduate probably to the next levels, whenever we have the new cohorts of the Solve coming in, we would want to talk to them, mentor them, probably tie up with them, but that's all in future. And this is a relationship which should keep going. Very, very good initiative, and it definitely helps people like us who are trying to solve specific problems, but find the world stage to promote.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome solver Kevin Kung.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kevin, and I'm a PhD student here at MIT. And in the next 3 minutes, I'm just going to be telling you some of the stories of the rural folks that I've met during my work in Kenya. So, next slide, please. So please meet Mr. Kibushi here. I met him about 3 years ago in a small village called Mwea, that is about 2 hours northeast of Nairobi. He's a rice farmer there, and he essentially plants rice 2 seasons in a year in those waterlogged paddies. And he often spends almost 20 to 30% of his income on this fertilizer that often is imported from places like China and Europe, the synthetic fertilizers that he can only afford in the cheapest varieties. And what he found over the past 20 years is that this fertilizer, while it does boost his yield in the short term, over the long term, actually leads to soil degradation, and he actually has seen his yield decrease, and that is a huge concern for him. So next slide, please. So the person on the left here is Japheth. He is also from the same village in Mwea, and he graduated from school and was looking for work, but couldn't find one for many months. So in 2013, he walked into our production site where we were doing a decentralized fertilizer production using technology that we developed here at MIT, so that the fertilizer can be produced locally using locally available resource and labor. Japheth became, he started with production as a production worker, and then he became a manager, and now he is, here's a picture of him selling the product to farmers like Mr. Kibushi, and then he now actually has aspirations to go to an MBA. So what our product do, next slide please. It is a carbon-negative fertilizer blend that's locally produced, and that can enable farmers locally to improve their yields by up to 30%. And so this is just a typical farming village, sort of extended family there. And what they have found is not only does their yield increase, their income also increase proportionally by about 20 to 30%. And because our fertilizer also help the soil retain more moisture, it also decreases the irrigation needs. So this family, for example, was able to earn enough income from the fertilizer to essentially afford a new tractor last season, as well as send 2 of their children to school. So that is the story that I can tell from Savvy Organics, and people like them continuously inspire me. So if you want to learn more about this, you can contact us at trashiscash@mit.edu. Thank you very much.